As a holistic healer and a wellness activist, it is my job to discover what can help my client shift from disharmony, dis-ease, to a state of balance. The birth of the CosmoTherapy retreat started in Honduras in 2015. When I met Dr. Sebi, one of the first things that we discussed was plant medicine. We discussed how many clients would come through Usha Village and they would come for the alkaline foods and the herbs, and they wanted a lifestyle change, typically to address some form of ailment, disease, illness. And oftentimes they weren't able to heal because they weren't able to make that emotional, spiritual, and mental shift because of the blockages, whether it's from past life trauma, whether it's early childhood trauma. Many people are suffering from PTSD from a number of different things. And oftentimes we get stuck in a story of illness. And we even use that illness story as some form of currency. It's easy to feel what you've always felt as opposed to getting comfortable in a feeling of wellness. So when a person is able to rewrite that story, to forgive some part of their story, to change their perspective about their story, then it's much easier for the body to follow. Where the mind goes, the body follows. So we talked about the potential of bringing plant medicines to the West and to do some healing work for our clients. I went to LA to visit his office for several weeks, and we took a road trip to Mexico. And we talked about many things on this trip, but one of those things was something called CosmoTherapy. And he wanted to join forces to create a retreat where people would come and they would learn about the herbs. We would talk about alkaline foods. I would do food demonstrations, but they also would go through a series of ceremonies with these plant medicines, specifically indigenous plant medicines like iboga, kambo, San Pedro, ayahuasca, plant medicines that we don't usually have access to in the West, but that are well documented to have phenomenal and long-term effects with very little to no harm at all to the physical body. So, I was fascinated by this idea and really, really excited to create this offer with Sebi. And he made a transition in 2018 and became a beloved and honored ancestor. And I almost gave up on the idea of creating this retreat without him. But I knew in my spirit that this was something that I needed to do. And I decided to move forward and had my very first CosmoTherapy retreat in, I believe, maybe 2018. And it was phenomenal. I have spent the last 13 years working with an experienced and phenomenal healer, Onanya, what people would call a shaman, from Guyana, who has opened up a world for me in working with these different plant medicines. And CosmoTherapy retreat, it's almost unexplainable, but if you can imagine healing through movement, through sound, there are specific instruments and tones that work on different organs in the body, that work on different parts of the spirit. CosmoTherapy is a combination of several different modalities. We bring in healers from all over, experienced, trained healers who work with sound, instruments, who do therapy, who work with different types of integrative modalities to help people to shift out of their sad stories and to create new ones. This is your opportunity to get out of the cold and come into the warm jungles, meditate, pray, to lose your mind, to dance, to connect with other people of like mind. This is your moment to heal your story and to create a new one. I will see you there.